Good morning.
All right. Good morning. How's everybody?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
All right. Oh, the gang's all here. Thanks for coming. Very good. Very good. All right. So, a round of applause. National Nurses Day. And there's a couple of posts on social media for us to share with the Century 21 branding. National Nurses Day. So, get that out there. There are also a couple of Mother's Day posts for social media in the brand studio. And if you haven't been to the brand studio, definitely check that out. There's a lot of good stuff in there that's professionally branded and looks really good like that. And all right, let's dive right in. And welcome to Let's Talk Real Estate. All right, 4 months are now complete, as you know. And of course, the question is, how have you done during the first 4 months, the first quarter plus 1 month, in terms of commitment to achieve the goals that you've set? And don't be surprised if you're a little bit behind. Probably all of us can say that. And the one thing about real estate is that it's consistently inconsistent, which means you never know what you're going to get. And you can be sure of that. So expect the fact that if you're behind, we can still have a great May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December to get caught up. So that's the optimism. It's early in the year. You have goals set for the year. If you're behind, now's the time to get to them. So let's look at some of the ideas. And the first one is navigating risk in real estate. At risk is defined as the change or loss of the choices. Yeah, the change or loss based on the choices that we make. So being in real estate is a high risk business because it seems the majority of people either make no money whatsoever or that a small percentage make a tremendous amount. The division between the two groups is consistently growing over the years. That is unique to our situation over the last, say, 4 or 5 years. It's really dividing, and the people who do zero has really grown. And you're here because you don't want to be in that group that makes zero. The risk in taking on a strong schedule is there. When you're used to not having a schedule, the risk of putting a buyer in your car that hasn't been pre-qualified is a risky proposition, especially when it comes to managing your time. Going on a listing presentation and not being prepared is very risky because someone else might be prepared and that they will probably get the listing. So let's understand, you have to be risk tolerant to do your job at the highest level. You have to be risk tolerant to be in real estate sales. So accept that and understand what the risks are. Next is mastering patience. And patience is the capacity of habit of being patient and able to remain calm or not become annoyed when dealing with problems or with people. Well, that's a tall order. Probably one of the hardest parts of real estate is that we're not doing our job on if we're not doing our job on a professional level every day, meaning we're prospecting, doing lead follow-up, pre-qualifying buyers and sellers, making presentations. If we're not doing our job, we probably will become impatient and annoyed with our progress and the number of sales. So try to remain patient while you work through the process. It is a process. Work through the process of acquiring leads. Next is cultivating skills, which is why you're here today. Skill is the ability to do something that comes from training or experience. The hardest part of what we have to accomplish is improving the quality and the strength of our skills on a regular basis. So many in real estate that are brand new, maybe 3, 6, 9 months or less, have not done a transaction yet. Many others have been in the business 10, 20, 30, or 40 years. They will say it's hard to learn new skills when you've been doing it as long as I have. Well, people will say, who said life's going to be easy? And I totally dismiss that. Don't tell me you're in your 60s and you can't learn anything. That's ridiculous. So yes, you can learn them. You should learn them. You need to learn them to do your job at a higher level. So think about that. Are you fighting complacency? And what is keeping you from learning the skills that you need to be learned? And finally is mindset, which we talk about quite a bit on this program. Mindset's the particular way of thinking or an attitude about somebody or something. It's just your mental attitude. The stronger and more positive the mindset, the better responses we get. The better and stronger the mindset, the more we can take action each day with the schedule that we have and the goals that we've set. So let's take advantage of the new year, what's turned out to be a very strong new year, what's expected to be a great real estate market, and treat your business like a business. What do we got for business? 23 listings spread out across the entire Pacific Northwest. What do we got, Koo?
We have a brand new listing from Faye, just came on the market today. Nice condo in Northwest Portland, priced under 300. So this is a good one for any first-time home buyers. Faye, if you want to, unmute and talk about it, you're welcome to if you want.
Do we have it posted yet?
Alive.
Yes, it's live today. It's not in Dash, but it's live on
Okay.
our MLS. Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect. I have a new listing coming up tomorrow. This one will be in Southeast Portland. Nice 1959 house, a little over 2,100 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and a full basement that has a lot of room to upgrade and even make into an ADU. So I'll have that in Dash later today, and hopefully we can get a buyer for these new listings. Nothing new for pending, but we did have Stephen Burright close a property in Wilsonville a couple days ago. So congrats to Stephen Burright.
Right. All right. Very nice. How about Washington?
Well, we have, can you hear me okay with this headset?
Yes.
Okay. It's new, so I wanted to make sure. We have no new listings, but we had a couple the week before, so those are still on the market. I had a price reduction on a listing in Vancouver down to $399, and it's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath it's a 3-story. It's one of those attached homes. That one is still on the market, and my Fairway Village is still on the market. So things are taking a little bit longer to sell, but these are not, one of them is in an over 55 and one of them is an attached house. So those just take a little bit longer. It's only been on the market probably like 3 weeks, but everybody seems to think that's a really long time. I think that's probably a normal time. I have a new listing in Portland coming up on Hayden Island. It's a condo on Hayden Bay Drive. It is a corner condo on the water, so that'll be a really good one. It happens to be a really close friend of mine's home. She's been talking about selling for quite a few years, and now we're going to actually do it. She's getting carpet put in on Friday, and I'm struggling to get the photographer there within a reasonable amount of time. He's really busy. I guess things are picking up. So we have 2 closings this week in Vancouver and a few closings next week in Longview.
All right. That's nice. What is this house? Studebaker Place in Castle Rock.
That would be Cheryl's.
Look at that.
Yeah, that's a nice one. She's got some great listings right now.
Yes. Very nice. Oh, well. Look at that.
Yeah, we're in Cowles County.
Yeah. Very nice. I don't see the fire pit.
No, there's usually a fire pit.
Yeah, it's probably around the other side.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. It's...
They've done some nice things there. That's very clever how they did the top of the
Yeah, I like it.
yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Well, that's certainly going to sell. Okay, let's see. Ah. Shelley, what's happening in Idaho? We've got, I do see a new listing here, Weidler, Red Top Road, Weidler. Now,
Mario's got the microphone. Shelley doesn't have a microphone.
oh, Mario, okay.
Augie listed a farm ranch for 1.2 million in Wilder. It's approximately 40 acres. And in closing, Jeff closed 2 of his listings,
Nice.
and Sean closed on her double-ended deal.
Okay,
We
good.
currently have 6 listings with Augie, 1 with Jeff and 1 with Lee Lanigan.
Nice.
Very nice. Now I'm going to just make a novice guess here that we're looking at an arena for a horse.
It's got its own like rodeo pen. Yes.
Yeah.
That looks like fun.
You can have your own little rodeo.
Yes. Okay, that's a nice house.
It's pretty.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Out on the high desert. Pretty.
All right. And what was the price of that?
1.2 million,
1.2. And I'm sorry, how many acres? It was big.
about 40.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Okay, well, good luck. That's an excellent listing. All right, good work, everybody. 23 listings, that's good. Could be better. And
Always do better, but we're doing
yeah.
good.
We got to have something to sell. That's the whole thing. We got to have something to sell. All right. Just the upcoming company events, like we always go through, they're here. Mike Ferry's going to be in Las Vegas in July. If you've never been to that, we highly recommend it. A couple of the Century 21 retreat in Florida, the conference for realtors in Boston, and you just had a lunch and learn. Do you have another one scheduled yet?
Yes, we have one on the 30th of this month, last Thursday of May. We are going to have representatives back from OREF to present their new buyer forms. There's some new forms they're going to roll out, and they'll be here to talk about them, answer any questions. So this will be an hour-and-a-half CE class. So if you can make it, please join us. This will be in person only.
In person only. Okay.
Yep.
Nice.
Good. Shauna, you have something coming up?
I do. I can't find the date. I have to confirm the date, but it's going to be Dirt to Doors. It's a class about new construction, and we will actually be going to one of the builder locations for that class. So it'll be a lot of fun.
Oh, like a
Nice.
field trip.
It is like a field trip. And we had one last Friday and it turned out really well. We had a really great time. We
Nice.
used our the big meeting room for the first time here in the Vancouver location, and it worked out really well. And Kung was here, and yeah, it worked out really nicely. I was glad because I didn't realize that they were going to need a big TV screen, and there's one in that room. So it worked out really good.
Nice.
Okay. Okay. And they let you eat in there?
Yes, they did.
Okay. Of course.
Oh my goodness.
This is America. You need to
gotta
eat
eat.
during a meeting.
Right.
I think this is. Mario, you have something scheduled.
Yeah, I was planning to have a lunch and learn on the 24th as well. And I'm inviting Fidelity National Title Company to do a presentation on what they provide for agents, services they provide, applications they provide, and basically support. I'm also, they are working with a new company called Tether, and they have developed an application for agents so that they can be tracked by, say, their spouse or friends when, for example, they're going to show a home, and maybe it's late at night, and you want somebody to know where they are. Well, there's an app that they can track them, and it's relatively inexpensive. It's something that can be very useful for, say, When you're going to a remote place, you're going to show a property. You might be by yourself, but you want somebody just to be aware where you are. So they're going to present that. The developers who actually develop that product are actually going to be here on site. And then I wanted to see if I can get a CE class for those who may need to, fulfill a requirement. I'm going to see what we can provide to agents. And so I'm planning to have this meeting on the 24th, somewhere between 10 and 2. And open it up to whoever wants to attend via Zoom meeting. For those of you who are in Portland, Oregon, may want to, listen in, and we can make that arrangements for those of you who are off-site to do that.
Nice.
I know that Fidelity would like to spread the word that they're willing to work with you and us. And so as many agents as we can help them get recognition for some of the things they've done for us here. They'd like to do it over there for you as well. And then Tether Company is that company that they partnered with regarding that application product that they have for agents. And it may be worth listening in or zooming in for our meeting, and you're welcome to do so. We're just going to have a lunch, and learn type of event.
Okay. All right. I'm looking forward to it. Nick and I will be there as well. And it's going to be fun. Thank you.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thank you. How's the market? Well, let's find out. And most agents know what's happening. Good agents understand it. And great agents like yourself can explain it. So let's explain it. First place to go is if you're a member of the RMLS, to go to the market action for your region, Portland or Clark County. And I've got the latest market action reports posted for you. We always talk about the interest rate. The interest rate's getting to be a little bit dull news lately, 7.22. There's a slight uptick. It'll go back down. It'll go back up. It'll go back down. There was some news from the Federal Reserve. They voted to not do anything. This was last week. I saw this right after our meeting. They voted not to do anything on that day. They had met to do something and they didn't do anything. But they did announce that the economy, some of the things that are happening in the economy, like jobs, are cooling off. So the economy is cooling off, which is actually what we're looking for as far as interest rates going up. We don't want an economy that's on fire, because that can lead to inflation. So it was good news. The last Federal Reserve meeting was good news that rates will drop later in the year. At least they'll lower their rate. So the 30-year fix, 7.22, which is Freddie Mac's benchmark for the 30-year. And his increase for the 5th straight week slightly is currently at its highest peak since November. The recent increases are taking place right in the middle of the spring buying season. With 2 months left of this historically busy period, potential homebuyers will likely not see relief from rising rates anytime soon. Yes, not during this typically busy period. That's according to Freddie Mac. There's the chart, so you can share that. You can share that with your clients so they can see the whole story on interest rates going back over a year. And consumer price index, that's always one of the leading indicators. That's sitting at 3.2 or 3.3 right now. The Fed would like it at 2. Our absorption rate of 2.3 months in the Portland and Clark County metro, that's giving us a seller's market, favoring sellers, as we know. And a very interesting report from the NAR on jobs and the economy. Now let's have a look at that. Kuhn, what's this about?
Well, let's see what they have to say. This is articles about how the job market affects our economy and how it affects interest rates. An economy that is too hot is not good for interest rates. Hence, the latest news of some cooling in the labor market could mean the topping out of mortgage rates this week before more sustained declines throughout the remainder of the year. In April, the economy added 175,000 net new payroll jobs, one of the slower monthly jobs gains since the reopening of the economy after the COVID-induced lockdown. The unemployment rate ticked higher to 3.9%. The Federal Reserve is delaying and is cautious about inflation, but 6 to 8 rounds of rate cuts through the end of 2025 are likely to bring the interest rates down from current high levels to match those during the pre-COVID years. Do not expect any major declines in mortgage rates, however. The federal budget deficit is massive, and heavy government borrowing will mean less money available for mortgage lending. Home sales were at a near 30-year lows last year and still scratching along at the rate in the first quarter of the year. But there are 40 million more jobs and 70 million more people living in the country now compared to then. There is a sizable stored up housing demand to be released into the market in the upcoming years. So yeah, it's interesting to see how unemployment and employment affects the market and therefore affects our interest rates. Take a look at some of the graphs they provide us. Annual existing home sales, its worst year since 1995. You can see it's almost the same as the levels in 1995.
Yep.
Next graph is the monthly existing home sales annualized. Looks like there's a slight decline compared to last year, especially in January of 2024 to October 2023. Next graph shows that there's 70 million more people since 1995. It's a lot.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
That's that's an awful lot.
But that also means that there's going to be a demand for housing. So, we need to have a place to live. So let's capitalize that and find some places for the people out there.
Right. Okay. All right. Lots of good stats here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So have a look at that, everybody. Look over that and give yourself some talking points in dealing with your clients as you reach out to your clients, which you'll be doing every quarter. You'll be making a phone call to your sphere of influence. And let's see. I want to pick on somebody. Kat, do you have a microphone?
Yes, I do.
I was wondering, how is the market in Clark County?
Okay, so we are seeing increasing home prices as interest rates are expected to drop this year. Southwest Washington is currently a seller's market due to a shortage of inventory. Average days on the market is up to 103 days from 77, with 2.1 months of inventory. Median home prices have increased 3% over last year from $500,000 to $515,000. Interest rates are currently 7.22% and are expected to go down slightly over time. This is a great time to list while it is still favorable to sellers, and buyers can also benefit from dropping prices.
Oh my
Very
goodness.
Thank you. Makes me want to buy in Clark County.
Yes.
I like your microphone that you use when you're doing all those updates.
Yes. We've all tuned in.
That's right. That's
Yay.
right. All right. Thank you. All right. So everyone is now an expert on the market. You have all your talking points. And so be very confident when you're asked questions about how the market is. Be very
Yes.
confident in talking to buyers and sellers. And buyers and sellers probably have more questions than ever of a realtor. So now's the time to be up on things. And if you would like further training in your career, I highly recommend the Accelerate program from Century 21. And I've got May 6th, but I'm sorry, I had updated that. There is another one in June for Accelerate starting. the virtual Go list. There's one starting in June as well. So have a look at those if you haven't. You can click right on these links and go to it in the 21 online. It'll then ask you to log in. So consider those if you have not done those before, or if you just would like a refresher course. Those are excellent courses. Also, I highly recommend reading or rereading the social media playbook. That gives you a lot of pointers. I tried this video. I've had limited success.
There are two types of agents in this world: agents who meet expectations and agents who see them as a starting point. Agents who just want to get the job done, and agents who want to challenge the status quo and elevate real estate from a transaction to an extraordinary experience. Relentless agents who seize opportunities, not just dream about them, and want to be energized by who they work with and what they do. Being one of the relentless agents affiliated with the Century 21 brand means making sales and memories. It's constantly learning while changing the game with your knowledge to take you that extra mile. The Century 21 brand offers competitive tools and bakes incredible support right into our foundation. Century 21 affiliated agents have access to products by MoxieWorks to keep you on task, a versatile presentation builder, and more. 21online.com is not only a brand intranet, but a personalized productivity platform that guides you through the key steps and actions in the real estate process. Century 21 University provides learning programs based on your level of experience, plus national advertising that keeps you and your listings top of mind. There are two types of agents in this world. To those who settle, good luck. To those who defy, we'd like to talk. Join the most recognized and respected name in real estate, Century 21 Real Estate.
All right, a little sizzle video from New Jersey.
Nice.
Narrated by our president of Century 21, Mike Meadler.
Yeah, he
Also-
recorded that. They had him record that. That's really cool.
Yeah, he's very good. Very good at that. Okay. So let's see where we are. All right, now today we've got some very, very important stuff here. I'm going to go to the buyer presentation page, and we're going to be using this in our training for a bit this year. As we learn the world of buyer agent agreements, which is a requirement now. And so there is a page on C21 Brokers, and I'll show you how to get to it. Just go right to the home page, which you were all at this morning. And over here on the left is buyer presentation, and that'll take you to a link, and that will open up the page, and we will continue to bring information here as there are changes and things to discuss. And Shauna Dolby has done quite a bit of work compiling buyer agency agreement objections. What's happened there, Shauna?
Well, when you meet people to show them houses, you have to discuss this, and it just seems kind of awkward. So it's not what we're used to doing in Washington. We're not used to having to get a signed agreement right off the bat. So I've put together some scripts that will help people relay what we have to do.
Okay. Well, I was hoping to do today. I already have a couple of volunteers who will speak, but I thought maybe we could actually role play these. Would that work?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'll why don't we go through these and you can start. So I'll be the buyer. And so, yeah, my question is, why am I signing anything? Why do I have to sign an exclusive buyer agreement to work with just you?
Well, I'm glad you asked. An exclusive agreement ensures that I can fully dedicate my time and expertise to representing you effectively in achieving your real estate goals. I only commit myself to work with 3 to 5 buyers, and I will make sure that all my clients get a high level of service by limiting the number of buyers I work with.
Okay.
And like other professionals you use, such as an attorney, an accountant, or even your dentist, a signed agreement allows us to establish a clear expectation and commitment on both sides before we commence our partnership.
Okay, got it. Got it. Just like a dentist.
Yes, this is a recent law that was passed, so it just ensures that I give you the highest level of service and dedication throughout our collaboration. Additionally, it's important to note that I am not compensated at all until we successfully close a deal. This further aligns our interest in ensuring our focus remains on achieving the best outcome for you.
Okay.
What other questions do you have before you're comfortable moving forward with our commitment to each other?
Well, I'll just ask one question. That's what if I want to change realtors?
Well, that's a very
Not
good
that I
question.
will, of course, but what if I wanted?
Well, if you want to, at any time that you want to get out of the agreement, I can let you out of that agreement. I mean, I don't ever want to work with somebody who doesn't want to work with me. Because like I said, I only pick about 3 to 5 buyers that I can work with at a time so that I can give full dedication.
Okay, so I can cancel anytime.
Yes, you can.
Okay. Okay. Good answers. Good
Yeah,
answers.
it's like you're just gonna have to like read through that a couple times, write your own notes, say what's comfortable to you. I think I kind of breezed over the fact that it is the law that every agent that a buyer speaks with right now is going to have to get this agreement signed if they're following the laws,
Okay.
which hopefully they are.
Yes, hopefully they are. That's one of our requirements as well. Yeah, and like any training on scripts and dialogues, the more you say this out loud, the better you are, the better you know it, and that you'll be able to recall these words when you need to, in any order that you want to deliver them at the time. And like I always say about scripts, people will say, well, I'm not going to say that. That sounds canned. It sounds this and that. That's because you haven't studied it enough. You're probably not going to say it the way somebody would read it cold. These are words that will be in your head.
Right, the better you explain it, the more they're gonna feel comfortable signing the agreement. And if you do a good job, it's not a big deal. It really isn't a big deal because they're not obligated to really anything except to pick you as their real estate agent. And if they don't want to do that, what are you doing, right?
Right. Okay, the next question is going to be asked equally as often, I think, if not more. Do I have a volunteer to read this one? Go ahead, speak up.
I'll read it.
Nice.
Thank you. Okay, Rebecca, what if the seller does not want to pay the commission, and am I obligated to pay as buyer?
Well, as a real estate professional, I do have a specific fee structure in place. If you're interested in viewing a property, which the compensation offered is lower than my fee, I'll inform you beforehand. I will explain your options and ask how you want to proceed. First, if you do decide to make an offer, I will work diligently to negotiate the offer to include my fee. If the seller refuses to negotiate, then I will consult you on the next steps. If you still want to purchase that home, then you will be responsible for paying my fee. In the event the seller's compensation falls short of my fee and you still wish to purchase the home, you will pay me the difference.
Okay.
Yes, it's complicated, but we'll get it worked out as best we can. Maybe is what I
think it sounds more, yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna
So,
say it sounds more complicated than it really is. It's just they're not Have to educate them, right?
Yeah.
So it depends on what the seller's willing to do, is what it sounds like to me.
Yes. FHA is gonna allow the
Oh, this isn't part, it's just kind of like a note, like a side note. Things that I
Oh.
learned while I was doing the studying, it's like FHA is going to allow it to be rolled in. VA has not done that yet, but conventional lenders are gonna probably want to compete with the FHA, so they're gonna probably allow that to be rolled in. So that's something that may be in the future where they're putting the cost of commission rolled into it, just like closing costs, kind of. So,
Okay,
Yeah.
good.
which isn't helping the value of houses any, but that's what they're doing. And we just have to try to help each person, because I mean, everybody wants it's the American dream to own a home. So we have to figure out ways to get people in, right?
Right. All right. Thank you. Thank you. So that's a good answer. It's the answer. And so that's very well put. All right. This one now it's going to get tough. Who'd like to go next? Kat, you like tough questions.
Sure do.
Kat, I'm not comfortable signing this.
So if you are hearing that after your presentation, then something probably went wrong with that. Maybe your client doesn't understand.
That's
So you
the
could say,
close.
okay, I understand and I appreciate your honesty. When somebody feels hesitant about signing, it often means that there are unanswered questions or concerns lingering. Have I missed addressing something to you, or is there anything specific you'd like more clarity on?
Right. Right. Does anybody see the problem with this? They must sign to use a realtor.
Mhm.
They must
Right.
sign to use any licensed professional. Is that the case? I believe.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, but if they're hesitant, then you got to ask them why. There's usually there's something that they just don't understand, right?
There's
And
something.
that is it,
Yeah.
that they have to sign it because it's the law. Yeah.
One thing I might recommend in these scripts is we're comparing this to, somebody compared this to a dentist. Why don't we not compare ourselves to a dentist? Because that doesn't bring up a nice, happy image.
Mhm.
And probably more accurate is to compare ourselves to a lawyer. A lawyer is not going to talk to you without signing something. They're not going to do anything for you. And so, yeah, this is absolutely what you need to do. You need to dig in further with that person and see what their mindset is at that time, because they have a misconception. So, yeah, there's more work to do. Thank you, Kat. Because I am missing something by asking that question. Okay. Let's see. Mario, I am unable, or I just don't want to cover your fee. I don't want to pay the fee. I'm short on money.
Although the potential of covering my fee is in the agreement, I want to emphasize my personal guarantee to you. If the seller does not agree up front or during the negotiations, I promise not to enforce your obligation to pay me. In other words, there's no risk to you. You're not obligated to pay anything if things don't proceed as expected.
Ah, okay. Okay, I didn't know that. I thought I had to pay you either way. All right. So all right. That's a good answer. That's a good answer. You're only going to go into a deal that you want. You're only agreeing to a transaction that is what you want. Okay. I like that. And Mario, oh, go ahead. What's the next one? After to close, get them to sign.
After our discussions today and considering my commitments to you, Do you feel comfortable and confident in my ability to represent you as an agent? If so, let's proceed by getting the paperwork out of the way, allowing me to start working with you, for you. If at any time you feel I'm not doing a good job for you, we can cancel the agreement. I have this Saturday morning available to start showing you homes. Is that something you'd like to do?
I think so. Now that I see there's no obligation, the only thing that's changed is I have to sign a paper. That's the only thing that's changed.
The two things I want to point out in that I put into this answer is that it says, let's get the paperwork out of the way. That just sounds a little less scary than let's sign the contract. Let's get the paperwork out of the way. It's just kind of, so it's not a big deal. And the last part of it where it says, I have this Saturday morning available it's also in the Mike Ferry system, like put them back towards what they want, get them excited about what they want to do. So if you're saying, okay, I can go show you houses on Saturday, that's just going to get them excited about what they want to do. So it keeps the momentum going of what their goals are.
Okay. Okay. And then what's here? A buyer wants to buy. If they're not a real buyer, then you don't need to work with buyers that are not serious. Correct. It's just like making sure that they are qualified for a loan or have the cash. It's part of this process to get real buyers to buy real property. Begin the process of all the questions needed to start the search, and happy house hunting. This is excellent. Shauna, thank you for putting this together. And we may add to these.
Yep. If anybody wants it in Word format, I can send it out so you can change it how you want to. I am using it because I'm having a heck of a time with some older people because I can't send them something in email and have them sign it. So I'm bringing the paperwork with me. And I think Rebecca's having the same problem with her Spanish speaking clients is you have to bring it with you and get them to sign it in front of you because there's not in any other way. So just having good conversations.
I will bet that's what lawyers do as well. If you've got to go out there, you've got to go out there.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Excellent stuff. I think, I appreciate your work on that, Shauna, and I'll get that out on the internet. And we are getting, far more views, from our people on, YouTube, which is nice. Maybe it's some of the reminders we've been doing. I know the managers have been reminding people if they can't come to this meeting or if they want to review this meeting, it is posted on YouTube and all of the information is available on the blog. So let's keep trying to get more people to see it that way. And I really do appreciate that. Our people put a lot of work into these sessions, and it's good to see people taking advantage of that. Not very many companies do this.
No.
I really appreciate the managers and their hard work here.
Mm-hmm.
So having said that, we do this every day at 9 o'clock. We have a 30-minute session on training, and everyone is invited and encouraged to go to that. And if we don't see you in the morning, we'll see you next week at 10 o'clock. So thanks, everybody, and have a great week.
Thank you.
Bye.
Have
Bye.
a great
Thank
week.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.